Gentlemen, here I am back doing another review on the LEDs that I bought off eBay a few months back. I had a couple questions I guess that came through on the comment section, and to be curious, I wanted to learn the answers to this myself. One of the questions was that perhaps the 120 watt or the 60 watt per bulb that is claimed on this particular packaging was attainable whenever it got to the 36 volts that it claims it can handle. The other thing was that perhaps the cabling I was using was not enough to really carry the amperage across. So to answer these questions, instead of going back out to the car, I decided to buy a power supply, a DC power supply. Now this one can provide up to, I believe it's 10 amps of current and up to 30 volts. So I can't really test the 36 volts, but we're going to check and see if we can get some results here. And this cabling, to be quite honest, is a lot thicker than the alligator clips I was using in the past, in the previous video. And I got them both clipped in really nice and sharp right there with these new alligator clips. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the voltage down. Actually, what I should do is we're going to go ahead and mimic that we're in a car. So I'm going to unplug this, I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to put it up to about 14 volts. About right there. And now we're going to plug in the hot lead. And there we see that we get almost 2 amps of power on 14 volts. So the way that watts work is it's essentially those two numbers multiplied together. So I'm going to go ahead and round up the current to 2 at 14 volts. We have 28 watts of power. So again, that is nowhere near the 120 watts that we would get from both bulbs being plugged in at the same time. So I did this test earlier, so this is going to be really interesting for me anyways. So you can see the light bulb is lit up. I'm going to actually put it just out of frame, and you guys can see how bright it is just based on how it's glowing in the background. And we're going to up the amperage, the voltage up to the 30 volts that I can, the 32, interesting. The 30 volts that this thing can handle, can produce. Now one of the things that you're going to notice is that as the voltage is going up, the current is actually going down. So now we have about 30 volts at, I'm going to just round this one up just to be really easy, at about 1 amp. Those two numbers together comes out to be 30 watts. Again, that is way lower than the claimed 60 watts per bulb that this thing says that we should be attaining. And at the same time, I mean, this is going into a car. So there's no reason why this should ever go to 30 volts. So we're going to drop it back down. Let's just say that your car is having a little bit of trouble. And let's just say it's actually running at 12 volts. Or a little bit thereof. It's still running at about 12.3 times 2.1. That's probably about 25 watts. So I am gonna go ahead and conclude at this point that this particular bulb is never gonna push more than 30 watts. I mean, we can bring it down, and obviously once the voltage gets down to a point where it's not going to pass the LED's cascade voltage, it's just going to die out. Now again, if you have a car with 2.5 volts, you're not really going to have much going on. But let's just say that your car is at 10 volts. This one will be easy. That's still 17.4 watts. It's, again, my point being that I was trying to buy a bulb that was going to produce more than 45 watts, and this particular bulb is not going to produce that much current draw. So anyways, I just thought I'd post a second video here showing my findings of the bulb, now that I have a power supply that can actually help me, you know, fine-tune and provide some better numbers. I thought I'd make a second video just kind of showing that I still don't believe that these bulbs are producing the current draw that I was expecting from them. That's not to say that they're not bright. I have a feeling that what they really mean here is that these are 120 watt halogen equivalent bulbs. That's the only thing that I can think of that they actually really mean. But I mean, I'll be honest, I mean, they're just, I bought it because they said that these would actually pull 60 watts each, and you know, they're only pulling half of that. And you know, we tested it with high voltage and low voltage, and you can kind of see what the results are. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you see, please give it a like and subscribe. Bye.